Jazzcast Pros.
Being a father has nothing to do with liking me or the likes. If you don't like me about something, I'm not doing my job. However, you will respect me. You will respect my house. You will respect my rules. You will respect the culture. You will respect the family. You will respect the monarch system of how things work. I cannot be a parent, a father, and be your friend at the same time. It is not only biased, it is conflicting. And I need my brothers to hear this. You cannot be the child's friend and their father at the same time. Greetings. Welcome to Fatha Torch, the podcast to help you, the new and renewed fathers, cope with the anxiety and stress of fatherhood so you can be the dad you wish you had. I'm your host, Ra, founder of Abimelech Foundation, an artist, a father of 9. My mission is to help you reclaim your power and ease your own concerns about being a father in today's social climate. Let me tell you, being a father in today's society is a pain in the ass and such a double standard. Let me tell you something. I may have 9 children, and I can tell you parenting is not the way it used to be, or it's not the way it ought to be, and the way the direction is going, it is going to cause our kids a great deal of pain. Let me give you this scenario or situation where I see parents walking on eggshells to deal with their children. You can't speak too hard. You can't yell too hard. You can't talk the truth. You can't be yourself. You have to damn near show fear and intimidation to raise your children. Where did that style of living and concept was even born to? Especially when it comes to the black fathers. Don't forget the brown. I mean, where did that concept come in? Now, I'm not talking about busting their head to the white meat show. I'm not talking about throwing them down the stairs. I'm not talking about breaking their bones. I'm not even talking about simply just being wicked. I'm talking about what happened to the old and concept and strong foundation of good old ass whippings, respect for the individual, especially the elders giving respect as well. What happened to this concept of you can't talk or all of a sudden they go into a mental breakdown? I found it to be foolishness. Bullshit, really. Excuse my French with it, but it is bullshit that I gotta sit here and I gotta, dear or son, what's going on with you? What can I do to help you? And, so you get over it. Listen, when I was a teenager, when I was a youth, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I was an asshole about things, okay? Especially when I knew I can get away with something, man, please. Hey, you can't tell me shit. But if I knew my parents did not play, if I knew my elders did not play the foolishness that I want to entertain, I thought twice, I knew better of it, or I became damn good that I don't get caught of it. These kids nowadays, I tell you, these young adults nowadays, they have it in their mind that the hot attitude, the talk back, the chop back, the disgrace, the disrespect, that is normal. It's normal. It is so normal that they actually talk to each other and laugh about what they did. I don't know about most fathers, but I can tell you from Fatha Torch here, I would tell you there's nothing about that I will put up with. I wouldn't put up with that. If you feel that you're too big to listen or to take heed to what the warnings or the loving or the directions and which guidance and which I'm giving you, that you know what, you need to take your chances and be out there with it, where they be less forgiving for you because they will simply hurt you or kill you. And I think they do it because they know they have some type of edge. Like, you as a parent not going to want to see your child in pain. You're not going to want to see them. But you know what? Cruel to be kind. They don't understand that concept. I would rather see you learn your lesson the hard way than to kill myself just to guess if you would get it. These children nowadays do not have the concept of what is reality. That if I do this, this is the outcome. There's none of that. It's all based on a false reality, a thought, a theory, what someone else did. I mean, peer pressure in today's day is horrendous because I don't understand. I'm really having a hard time making the connection about the mental health and well-being of our children, and then it's the disrespect and the disregard and the carelessness of whatever it strikes your mind to do, whatever it is that they do. Because I don't get it. If you are 14, 12, 13, why are you outside 3 a.m? Why are you amongst grown people's faces? And let me just say this, it's not always the case that they have bad parents or the parents don't know what they're doing or the parents are just too young. No. So let's not jump to that conclusion right away. But I just want to understand, if you open an adult face and you expecting to play with you like a child, who's the delusional one here? I don't understand the concept of being a father, a parent, that you have mothers okaying this shit because they want to be their friend. And you got some fathers who okay this because they want to be liked. Being a father is not being liked. I'm going to tell you from experience. Being a father has nothing to do with liking me. If you can't dislike me about something, I am not doing my job. You know why? Because I'm not perfect. And I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not going to agree with every single thing you do, nor am I going to like everything you decide to do. It is a given. However, you will respect me. You will respect my house. You will respect my rules. You will respect the culture. You will respect the family. You will respect the monarch system of how things work. Mark my word, I tell you, my youths. Fathers, I tell you, take charge. Take charge and talk to your youth them. Listen, hard head make a soft bottom, my grandmother used to tell me. My grandfather used to tell me. My uncles used to tell me. My great-grand. I tell you, that saying never gets old and it always speaks utter truth. If you cannot hear, you will feel. This is where the cruelty to be kind comes in. Because if you don't listen to my heed, if you can't take my word, if you can't take my experience and my guidance, and you can't see the love I have for you, then you have to feel. You have to feel. And as much as it hurt me as a parent, I can't show you that. Because you have to learn your lesson. And unfortunately, we live in a world that forgiveness is not part of the deal anymore. It's not even on the table. It's literally left to the dogs. Left for shit. It is left for shit. As to say, this is the best you're going to get. This is the best you're going to get. Here's my understanding when it comes to the eggshell parenting style of this today. I understand there's 4 different types of parenting. And I get that. You got the passive, you got the strict, you got the darting, you got the, laid back and soccer mom kind of vibe. Hey, I get it. You need to incorporate these things to, better your household. But don't forget the foundation. Don't forget the foundation. The foundation is you are a parent first. You are not my friend. You are not my friend. And no, we cannot hang out at the bar. We can hang out with each other to catch who we can catch. This is not because I don't like you. This is just that my experience, knowledge, and wisdom forbids me to think that I am equal to you. And when I say this, I'm talking nothing to do with superiority or betterment. What I'm talking is that if I know better and I hang with you to do worse, how am I guiding you? This is why it's forbidden. I cannot come to your level to teach you a level. I cannot be a parent, a father, and be your friend at the same time. It is not only biased, it is conflicting. It is conflicting. You cannot be the child's friend and their father at the same time. You can have similarities. You can have strong communication. You can compare personalities and gestures and even trends of likeness. But we are not friends. We are not friends. We can be a friend. We can be a loving companion. Where in the degree that basically that because I love you, I will do things for you. Because I love you, I was willing to do things for you. But I'm not your friend. I am not your yes man. I'm not here to flower your day or make your day every brighter. Even with that is a choice. And the limitation with that is that I cannot increase your happiness by downplaying the development and the guidance and the knowledge which you need to know for you to succeed as a young adult growing. We have way too many fathers out here. Too many fathers out here. Either not involved at all or not putting their all. And the result, we have children who are highly disrespectful. Not only to their fathers, to their parents or their mothers, to the one who's actually raising them or whoever is considering to even put their trouble to say, I will I would step in. I would be the interference. They didn't even know what is for them versus what is against them. But they could tell you about the latest TikTok. They could tell you about the latest Facebook. They could tell you about the latest anything on streaming, or anything that is trending right now. But talk to them and ask them about them. Do they see tomorrow? Do they see themselves tomorrow? Do they see themselves loving themselves? Do they overstand the development, the improvement in them, the things about instilling in them? They can't tell you nothing. It's to the point that the self-love is so taught and well-conditioned that they'd rather whore themselves, partner themselves, drug themselves, kill themselves, or commit suicide by doing various different acts. And I mean other than poisoning and gunshot to the head. No, they welcome other shit to happen. And they never consider that this is not the way to live. Me and my grandmother did a lot of pizza. And something that is, has always been a comfort for us, and something for us to do while we discuss things in my life, or things that she wants me to learn or expect of me. And I find myself doing the same thing with my children. I go to create a pizza now, and I do this with my son especially. A lot of one-on-one, that comfort food. I don't feel dry, it's not soggy, it's not anything besides delicious. Where I get to put my own unlimited veggies. I get my vegan meatball. I get my sexy cheese. Try Create a Pizza. 766 Monroe Avenue, across from Speedway. You won't regret it. Mention Fatha Torch for $5.99 lunch special with a drink. If you ever sit down and really talk to someone, youth other than your own, and realize they all follow one another, whether it is high or low profile, they follow one another. They want to belong. They want to belong so much. They are so misguided, and their reality is so delusional that everything they do is on primal. It's on survival. How you survive and have no idea how to use the tools to survive? It can't work. And we as the elders, we as the young elders, we as the parent, we as the father, we have to do better. We can't walk on eggshell and still trying to discipline and love and help develop and skills and knowledge of raising you, being in your life, despite the unfair justice of the system and world of things. As a black man, it's difficult. It is very difficult to raise the children. Any other race in the world can raise their children as they set please or as they set culture. But we as a people, especially the mother, cannot raise our children as we want. Look it up anywhere. Challenge that if you want. Look up anywhere. We cannot raise our children as we want, but everyone else could. Everybody else is respected as a given law. For us, nope. For us, it's always charged with neglect, abuse, charge of not being enough of a parent. Imagine you are the parent, hold with all this responsibility and no authority, with every accountability possible. How just is that? How is that possible? Then they'll be powerless in their medical health, in their schooling system or institution, if you want to call it. We have more freedom going to jail than learning how to be better at parenting. And as fathers, it's even worse. It's even worse because we are considered a piece of shit. Organ donors, sperm donors, whatever you want to call it. That's where we are now. We have no visible rights. And it makes it so bad we hold the majority number of what it comes to parents or parenting. But yet we are labeled the most dysfunctional. According to who, of course? My brothers, my sisters. We must parent walking on eggshell. We must talk with water in our mouth. We must do anything that regards the development and the safety of our children. There are children out here dying, suicidal, depression. Yes, mental health and these things, they have a place. They play a role. But why you think it's so widespread and so rampant the way it is? Because we are no longer doing what we need to do, as we should do, to raise our children. We feed them shit. We drink shit. We live like shit. Again, I apologize for my language, and I apologize for this passion or even this loudness that you may feel and hear in my voice. But I love my children, and I love the children, and I love my people. But how long can we keep doing the same thing, expecting different results? How long can we keep doing the same old pain, guarding our own pain, and expect our children to do different? If my father was a bastard and I behaved like a bastard, how I expect my children not to be a bastard? Make it make sense for me. Because I don't understand how much more can I advocate when you're not willing? You're not willing. How much more pain and how much death you need to see in these children before you say, let me get mine? How much more, my brothers, did you watch your seed die in front of you? To witness their downfall and know that you could have interfered and stop the issues. None of this, when I speak of, is a 1, 2, 3 thing. It took time to get to that point or that development. But I just want to know what is it that life is so hard? What is it that is so hard that you can witness your children, despite their age, kill themselves, hurt themselves, live such a way that is only one end, a dead end. We can witness your children development, their learning abilities, their growth, their ambition, and all they can speak is death, worship death, live death. And you consider yourself a father, protector, provider, a real G. How much more, my fathers? How much more do we have to witness? How much time we have to see the abuse and damage of our daughters? How hard do they need to be? Do they need to become more than the masculine men to be recognized? How much more do our sons need to be destroyed, demolished, reformed, demasculated, dehumanized? How much more do we need to see this before enough is enough? I cry. I cry for my people. I cry for my brothers, and I cry for my daughters, my sons. I cry for the fathers, the mothers. I cry for my partners. I cry for families who see this and live this. And we can do so much more. We can do so much more if we simply unify, bring back that village, reconstruct it, make it a new village. The ways of the old, put it as a foundation, a principle, if you will. The old ways have never changed, but it can improve. It can always be better. And it's something that must change with time or adapt, but should never be demolished. It should never be gone. The children need structure. They need discipline. They need guidance. They need strengthening development, encouragement in development, empowerment. They need support, backative, reinsurance. These kids and these men, self-esteem is so low that they never stop to think to look in. Everything they do, and I mean everything we do. Even I myself sometimes catch myself looking outside of myself for help, guidance, love, ambition sometimes. Let's bring back that village. Let's raise our children. Let's get together. Let's build. Everyone else have the right to do it, but we fail to do it. I understand the access, the liberties, the freedom. I understand. I overstand, let me say. I overstand all of those hang-ups, all of these blockades. But what I don't understand is the lack of outrage and the lack of empathy and the lack of passion and compassion for one another, that we don't get together, and we have not gotten together, and we have not made this a trend, and we have not built the numbers, and we have not structured a plan, strategized, developed, execute. I don't understand how we have not done this. Everybody wants to be the one. The only way we can be the one is all of us representing one accord, one love. I'm not going to apologize for what I say, but I would say my tone justifies the compassion I have for my brothers, for my children, for the community in which I live. Fatha Torch represents a beacon of fatherhood, a beacon of life, of parenting, life skills, parenting skills, development of love and understanding of self, and knowledge and justice of equal equality.
Hey, if you're enjoying this episode, check out the Healthy Illness Podcast with me, Kelly Marie, as we build healthy relationships while living with mental health conditions. I'm diagnosed and live with borderline personality disorder, major depression, and generalized anxiety. And Despite those diagnoses, I've been able to live a full life. I have healthy relationships, a great career, and my mission is to help you do the same. So join me for Healthy Illness Podcast. New episodes every Monday on the Jazzcast Pros Network, found on the podcast player you're listening to right now. Be the light.
What if you could create your own pizza, brick oven baked with unlimited veggies? Well, now you can at Create a Pizza, the only fast casual pizzeria in the city of Rochester. The dough is fresh. The sauce is homemade. Right now you can try the Fatha Torch lunch special for just $5.99. Vegan meatball pizza with sexy cheese. Only at Create a Pizza, 766 Monroe Avenue across from the Speedway. What will you create at createapizza585.com?
Let us be more than just a representative. Let us do less of this photo ops and more of the togetherness. Let's not play the part. Let's be the part. Let us be the father. Let us be the mother. And let the children be the children. This makes no sense of what this is and no sense of how this is going about. I don't understand how no one can see that this end is not beneficial for us as a people. For we witness our children and our numbers dwindling so everyone else can be higher. And the thing is, the sad thing about it is that the math is wrong. No matter how much of us died or how much of us killed off, it would never equal out to what we are. Too much have gone and too much have happened. I don't want an apology. I'm not seeking empathy or pity for no one or anyone. I'm seeking my brothers to play their role, to stand up and live, to wake up, rise, talk to your youth, be there for your youth, bust their ass if you have to, but don't give up on them. Don't turn your back. If you can't do it, and this is the utter truth, if you as a father cannot reach your child and you cannot reason with them, find someone who can. If you can't do it, find someone who can. But don't turn your back and then cut it off absolutely. Appoint someone. We all have guardians. Because we are parents and because we are father doesn't mean always that we can deliver the message properly or efficiently. Let's face that fact. We all can be parents, but doesn't mean we can deliver the message clearly sometimes, especially the topics. We don't talk about sex. We don't talk about sexuality, We don't talk about education. We don't talk about the foods we eat. We don't talk about the upbringing, the culture, the traditions that we must be one of. We don't speak of these as a family because it's tabooed, it's a weakening disgrace. We don't talk about mental health, especially in our Black families. We don't talk about the alcoholism, the drug use, the obsessive personalities, the addictions, the shame and the rape on both sides. We have no problem talking about the father ain't shit. We have no problem talking about how drunk and worthless the mother is. We have no problem putting each other down, dogging each other out, exploiting our weaknesses and all for entertainment reasons. But we have a problem of uplifting one another, telling one another we love them, supporting, embracing, encouraging, empowering. We have issues with this because we have issues with ourselves. We have built such much of a shell, so much of a blockade to block others out, not realizing that we are blocking our own blessings and our own livelihood. We have children dying at a young age, not because of gun violence only, suicide only, depression only. We have people who don't have no will to live because they do not see the purpose. On one hand, I can say, again, this might upset many people. I understand. Who wants to live in a world where being a Black is terrible, haunting, is always an ass whipping, mentally and physically, emotionally especially. But everybody around you can benefit from you, but you. Everybody around you can benefit from you, but you. We have to talk more to our children, give them the real history. We are their first teacher, their first lover, their first everything. And if you fail or stumble in the beginning, again, it is okay. It is okay, but learn and execute. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for this moment in time because you could be anywhere where you listen to me. I welcome you next time. fathertorch.com. Abimelech Foundation, abimelech.org. We are here for you and we are here always. My brothers and my sisters, you are not alone. I am here and I'm more than willing to help in any way I can. Parents, you're not alone. Children, you're not alone. Nothing about this is a norm. Peace and be blessed. Guidance over all. Jah Rastafari.
Girl, where have you been? I haven't seen you at work in a while.
Girl, I quit and started my own business.
Really? That's amazing. How did you do it?
Well, I've been listening to this Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast, and it really helped me change my mindset from an employee to a CEO.
All that from a podcast?
Yes, the Beauty Boss Millionaire walks you through the process of starting a business and making your first million.
I need that in my life. I need someone to help me.
Just go to beautybossmillionaire.com or pull it up on your favorite podcast app. It's time to boss up.